Today is the 3rd of August 2013, and this is an end of season document of the work that has been done in this building, building 102, and the building spaces, which I'm standing in space 17, and here where I'm standing now is space 18. But I'm going to do a quick summary, and I will start with this space. We started off with removing building infill 20481, which was covering the whole building. And then we proceeded here in this space in the easternmost area with the removal of several fire installations that we found. Here in the southeast corner, an oven, which is now only visible in the section, was removed, oven 7101. And also here, where there is this circular hearth, which is much older, there was this rectangular hearth, 3692, which we also removed. And this hearth was cut into a platform, which is now visible still in the platform. This platform 7117 was built in respect to the oven I just talked about in the southeast corner. And when we removed it, or rather we removed the plaster 20949 of it, we found another hearth here, which goes into the trench wall. So they have been doing a serious amount of moving hearths and fire installations just a few centimeters at a time. Under the oven 7101, we have here an older one, which we have not removed because it's much older and on another level. Let's move in here to the middle of the building, actually, where we have done a lot of work on this centerpiece, partition wall 3688, this one. In the beginning of the season, we actually thought it was a wall that went all the way here. But we removed a part of infill here and noticed that that wasn't the case, and that this actually is a partition wall and separate centerpiece. And to this piece, the inhabitants of this house has made several additions. They made an addition that we removed a basin on this side, 3699, and it had two phases, you could say. One earlier when they made the whole basin, and it was covering an area from here approximately to here. Then they remodeled it, and in this phase they actually made a burial of a neonate individual, which is visible here, still the burial cut of the burial 7134. Under the basin we removed a empty cut, and we still don't have a really clear idea what the function of the basin was more specifically than you usually interpret this kind of features. And here also we have another of this storage feature, a bin that we have removed, a very nice symmetrical rectangular bin, 7115, which also was quite good cleaned up. And I'm going in the threshold area between space 17 and space 18. And here we have done a lot of work also, because it has been quite complicated. When removing the building infill, we discovered that there actually has been 3 or 4 different dump elements, more specific dump elements in this area. And one of them most important in this sense was a neonate burial, which was cut into one of the dump elements. And this burial 3691, we didn't see the cut, so it might actually be possible that they have laid it on one of the dump elements, more specifically 20622, an ashy layer with horn core, and also another human cranial fragment from an adult. So the closing of the space here has been quite elaborate. And when we removed the building infill, we came in face with some floors. And then when we further removed the floors, we also saw this feature more clearly, which is a clay post, and will be excavated further, perhaps next year. And opposite this clay post is another smaller bin, 7306, which is yet one of the later additions to this centerpiece. And it has still another fill to be excavated, but it might be that it was a base of some kind, and that it's connected to this clay post. So now let's move in here, talk a bit about this space. In space 18 there's been a lot of activity, and we have had more trouble with seeing the floors than we have had in the space 17. This is not an uncommon situation here at Çatal, but it's makes things complicated. First of all, we have worked with this bin here, 7116, and removing one fill layer. We have stopped working with it for this season, and we have exposed subdivision, a basin-like subdivision in this bin. Then we also see that there is some serious bin sequence going on. We see the remains of yet another bin here, and possibly another here. But this will have to wait. And inside here was a big wall collapse, and there's also something going on here with plastered surface, but we are not really sure what. Another bin in this area is this bin. It's also a later addition to this centerpiece. It's called 3698, and we have removed a fill in it, which contained some horn cores placed on top of each other, and some interesting groundstone tool fragments. Cut into this bin and into this wall was another burial of a child, but it was not quite as formally placed as the other ones, and the fill was very similar to the building infill. So it should be associated with the abandonment phase, but it should also maybe not be seen as some formal burial as the other. Yes, so we also have this pit here, which was one of the first features we removed, and we're not really sure what this pit was made for, but it was made in the latest floor level that we saw, and this pit is called 3696. Just some final words on what's next and what we have ended with, and it's this infill on which I'm standing on. and presumably it's over a floor. And we have also, and this infill, it goes all the way here. So it probably covers the whole space. But here is also the remains of a phytolithic layer, which might be that there has been a thin floor level layer over this infill. But that is hard to tell right now, and future seasons will probably let us know. Okay, that's it.